Your favorite fantasy sports league now meets the world of Pokemon. It's the Pokemon Draft League YouTube channel. 32 competitors battle it out in unexpected turns, developing rivalries, and an explosive commentator in the king himself. Subscribe now!
And now it's time for the greatest Pokemon draft talk show on any corner of YouTube. That's right, it's Fake Out Pokemon Draft Talk, no holds barred.
Welcome. This is the king, the greatest, the best of all time. We're here again with Fake Out number 6, I believe. I say that every single time. I have no idea which Fake Out we're on. I'm here with my partner, baby Jamie. What's up, Jamie?
Wah wah choo choo. What's up? Where my baby's at? It's baby Jamie.
Where the toddlers at? Where are they at?
Where they at?
Pinkies up.
Throw
your pinkies up.
I think I need to call the FBI here.
All right, and we're here with Nick or Helioview. How you doing, man? This first time ever doing anything UTL content related.
Yeah, I think one time I asked about it, but I was just like not interacting in the chat at the time, so I ended up not doing it. But
yeah,
I don't even remember.
So, how long have you been in the? How long have you been in?
Season 12 was when I joined, partway through. Started in Armand's doubles league, and then when that ended, there was a spot open here, and I ended up joining. And I've been in since. I haven't missed a season.
Right, and you've had. Go ahead, Jamie.
Yeah, how did you perform in that doubles league?
If I remember correctly, I think I did pretty well. I know I at least made playoffs. I don't remember how far in I got, but
nice.
Because I didn't do much singles in Gen 8 before starting in here. Even then I only did like a little bit of VGC stuff, so I ended up doing that, and then for the rest of Gen 8 was in here doing obviously all the Nat deck stuff.
Man, I love Gen 8 VGC, man. Suicune is at the top of the support mons in Gen 8 doubles, and that just feels good. Feels good to be on top.
I loved the format. I know Dynamax was here or there.
Yeah,
for some
Dynamax
people,
is meh. Yeah.
I thought it was a lot of fun. I thought it was like it had its moments. Don't get me wrong, but there were a lot of stuff that like saw play that otherwise would never.
Right, exactly.
Like, what other VGC format would a Durant be like a meta pick?
Right, exactly.
That's sick.
It got its time to shine, especially in the beginning of the beginning of Gen 8. It was doing big
so
things
diverse. It was
with
crazy.
Rodon Pete and freaking Durant.
It was one of the only fire types in the format, so that's where people were bringing a lot of the time. It was the same in OU, I think, at the time too.
Right.
Like, I remember A-Drive brought a fucking snow team to a regional with a Lowland Sand Slash. That shit was crazy.
Yeah, I don't know what he's thinking on that one.
I don't know what Joe's thinking most of the time.
Yeah, so we're gonna get into it. We got a couple weeks to get through. We're not really gonna try to catch up. Like, we'll just probably skip ahead whatever weeks we miss, because we're running behind on our schedule for anybody that's watching. So this one is going to be between week 10 and 14, I believe, or 11 to 14, whichever one. And so we got some more segments coming up. Here we go. All right, we're back at the first segment. First segment, we're going to talk about. I said segment weird. Why'd I say it like that? The first segment, we're going to talk about Terra again, but it's been half a season now. Actually, we're almost towards the end.
So we're on the last week of the main season before divisional.
Yeah, so now that we've seen it all, did it all, let's talk a little bit about Terra again, see how it went. So we'll start with our guest here, Helioview. What do you think happened with this Terra?
So I think it's very clearly still a problem, as I think most people knew it was going to be, but the way it's worked out has changed a lot. I think at the start it was a lot of like people just sitting on setup mons like Cresselia and like name a Dragon Dancer and just setting up Terra into a type and sweeping, but like as the time's gone on, I think that still happens, but it's something that's happening a lot more is just like single turn Terras that end up like having massive impacts where someone makes like what should be a very safe play for a KO or something, and then someone ends up staying in, tearing into like Terra Ghost on a fighting type or something, and then just eating the hit and killing it back, and there's no real way to play around that, but it's that or like just like Terra into a stab type. Like I saw just recently, I think it was week 14 or 13, whoever had Swellow just Terra normal and click Boomburst and killed like the
unstoppable. Yeah, unstoppable. And yeah, the element of surprise is definitely in a lot of aspects in life or competition. The element of surprise is always very deadly, very impactful. So yeah, those surprise Terras where you can stay in. Like I like to run Terra Steel Superior a lot, which stops like ice and flying moves that always come its way, or bug moves. So yeah, that's good, and yeah, it's really impactful to try to be able to stay in on something that usually can't take the hit, and then get either like some sort of boost off a substitute, or like maybe a surprise kill, and now that person's out of it. But you still, by you doing that surprise move, you better make it impactful on that turn or the following turns, because you will you used a valuable resource, right? You no longer have the Terra.
I was gonna say that's another thing that I keep seeing happening, is I think a lot of people are forgetting about their Terras. Like I'm watching replays and I may just be wrong, but I'm seeing a lot of people just not even click the button.
Yeah.
And, like stuff could be changing a lot if people were doing that, like remembering too.
Right.
Yeah, I've said it before, but it is an aspect of the team building phase that I often forget, and that's on me, But I'm curious if you guys think that Terra's been used more offensively or defensively this season. Like, do you think that people are setting up and then using it offensively, or are they using it to dodge moves more?
I think from what I've seen, it's defensively. I haven't seen a ton of like just fast choice mon, just Terra into a stab type and just kill stuff. And I think a lot of that has to do with the lack of hidden power or Terra Blast on stuff. That's I think the biggest part where
Terra Blast, no Terra
comes into play, is just using it for coverage that you would otherwise lack. And a lot of mons just can't do that without Terra Blast or hidden power. Now, every time it's come up, it's really frustrating because it's, personal example I had the other week where I was up against an Ambipom and I couldn't switch my Nacleon because it Terra Normal did like 35%.
Yeah.
But it's definitely been more common with the defensive ones, especially with the surprise Terras of just like one turn where you have a mon that's not even trying to set up, but you just click it once for that like one turn big impact play to take a KO or a status or something. And
yeah, so I have one of the few offensive Terra mons in my Tapu Lele, and I drafted it specifically for that. A lot of times I don't get the opportunity to use it, but when I do use it, it's like the crux of my strategy. With the Psychic Terrain, with the choice specs, and then you Terra Psychic. With the Psychic, it's a lot of damage. I two-shot a Blissey.
Yeah,
So,
I think Lele is something that got through the cracks when we were banning stuff. I don't know if we talked about it or not, but yeah, that's definitely like.
I think it's strong, but its speed is middling. It's not that fast, so it can be taken advantage of by that.
That is true, but at the same time, it is also like just a good choice scarfer, and when you Terra Psychic, it kind of fixes any power problems that it would have, which it kind of didn't in the first place. So you kind of get the best of both worlds, and like you still get stab on all your fairy moves, so you're not even like lagging that much.
Yeah, right.
Your only switch-ins are dark types, and like those just get popped by that, and steel types you have focus blast for. So
Yeah, most of my Terras though, they're on one a mon that I'll focus on offensively, but I'm using it to change to get rid of a weakness so I can continue. Because I got a lot of mons that stack up, whether it be Suicune or Superior. I'm usually stacking up on something.
I mean, I'm always in the lab theory crafting, and I think the best Terra set that I had all season that did absolutely nothing was my Terra flying with air balloon Heatran. They never see the Terra flying coming after they pop the air balloon. And
They never see it.
They never see it coming. However, it did die to like a fighting move like after they popped the air balloon anyway. So but listen, it's the thought that counts.
It is.
I think for me, Terra has been. I don't like it as a player just because it's like another thing to think about. However, I do recognize that it has brought like a new, interesting aspect to the game, and I can appreciate it. And I think that like I think that other players have been utilizing it in really, really cool ways.
Awesome. Nick, you got anything else?
no, I definitely agree with that. Like there's been a lot of interesting stuff that's happened with like Terras for certain sets or certain mons seeing more usage because of it, but like I'm sure it's been said plenty of times, I just don't like the amount of surprise factor in it. Like I don't think you can reasonably prepare for Terras in a lot of the situations, which I think is why that's how I've been using it at least the most often, is with like the surprise like single time Terras for a turn, is just waiting for the right chance to pop it, because like it's less overtly powerful as like a Cresselia setting up Calm Mind and then Terra Ferrying and then sweeping, but it just changes how you have to play it. There's no reasonable way to really play around it 9 times out of 10, because like well he might Terra Ghost, but like do I want to risk that? Is he going to use his 1 Terra for this turn?
But you know what powerful Pokemon they got, or like what you like the powerful Pokemon that you have. Like I know that I have really strong special attackers in my Calm Mind Suicune and the Tapu Lele and the what's it called? And the Superior. Yeah. And then Cinderace does not need a Terra because he has Libero. So I'm sure that they're going to try to stop one of those carries. So like I can kind of anticipate they're going to use something to stop one of these 3. Sure, I won't know exactly what it is until I see it, but it's not too far off to figure out what's going to happen.
I mean, the problem with that is that you don't know which specifically they're going to Terra for, and a lot of times, like especially like if you're stacked with special attackers like that, the checks to all of those are very different for the most part, and you can only Terra once. And that's the thing, is you have to decide between, do I Terra now and check this now but have a losing matchup later if you say have a neutral type matchup to both of the setup mons now, or do you like wait and have to play around it now and have them potentially Terra? Like
I've seen other draft leagues use the format where you have like 3 Terra captains.
Yep.
Yeah. And then they have like limited Terra options, or maybe they can Terra into anything. But that at least seemed like you can build around that a little bit more, and at least know which Pokemon your opponent is going to Terra. I think going from our current format to that format might feel like a bit restrictive, but it could be a positive change. I'm not sure.
It could be a positive change, but I think it's too restrictive, and I personally wouldn't like it. It might as well just get rid of the whole thing.
I mean, that was what originally I was advocating for it to just not be in at all, but if it was going to be included, that's the format I would have it be, because that way at least you can still have it. And then like there's a lot of lower tier mods I think that get like go from almost unusable to have legitimate niches with Terra. Like the big one I was looking at that I didn't end up drafting, but I was thinking about was Avalug. Avalug changes entirely with Terra. If it has Terra Blast, it's significantly better because it gets the stab moves, but like its biggest weakness in both forms is the typing. Like, oh yeah, it has low special defense. Alicia has low physical defense. Like it has sky high Fizz Def, it has recovery, it has rapid spin, it can set hazards, like it has almost everything you would want, but its typing is bad. But you can Terra with it and like it's just a wall. And now it's like, oh well, you're using your Terra on a lower tier mon, but it turns into a higher tier mon if you Terra like that. And it's like
right.
I don't know. It would allow that to still happen without like the good Pokemon getting better still, which I think is the biggest problem with it. As is like the bad Pokemon can use it, but so can the good Pokemon. And why would you ever Terra something lower tier when you can just like Terra your like higher tier wall or offensive on and just nuke something or just never die on it?
Let's see. How do I? I'm trying to think if I ever Terra'd a low tier Pokemon. I can't remember Terraing anything under the what's it called, under 120, because that's my tier 2s.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. I Terra normal Stoutland with like a Choice Scarf and Scrappy, and just ran Terra normal with like Return, and that punches holes for sure. But
right.
I think that's like one of the like the same with like the Swellow that just happened of like Scrappy and nothing really. I think that's a reason why, or a good reason why to ban it is because like, oh, here's a normal type which is supposed to be checked by this, this, and this, but you know it has Scrappy, and so you can't take it with Ghost, and it does so much damage if it's choiced plus with the Terra boost that like you can't even switch into it with a resist. It still just gets 2-shot. So.
Yeah.
It's definitely the lack of like explicit setup sleepers as time has gone on has definitely been interesting, because week 1 it was like, I think I looked in like over half the games where just someone set up, clicked Terra, and just that was game. But
that was the meta at the start, just everybody run at each other as fast as you can.
Yeah.
But once you start figuring out how each of your Pokemon operate and work together, then yeah, things change a lot. Yeah, I totally get it. All right, let's move on to the next segment here. Okay, Nick, this is the second segment. This is your first time doing something like this. First time ever, like, we could actually hear from you. So, why don't you, I know we covered a little bit of how you got in, but your perspective on the UCL, we haven't heard it yet. And you have a interesting place in the UCL, being like not part of either like the college or friends of somebody from the college. You kind of joined from what, like Armand did like a Twitter calling. Yeah,
he was doing free commissions if you did well in the league. I don't even remember who I saw it from, and I joined up with that.
Yeah, please, let's not talk about the commissions. My commission was fine.
Oh, mine came out fine too.
No, I mean my commission what I asked for was appropriate. I don't know about these other freaks. Yeah.
I think if you're following Armand on Twitter, it's already a red flag. That's what I say.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what's going on.
I wasn't even following him. I saw it through someone else. I wasn't even following him.
Yeah, that story doesn't add up. It's kind of suspicious. Okay, so I guess like what was like your first impression going into the like say the doubles league? Because I know I was being King Alex back. Well, I was being the king over there. Really aggressive.
So it's hard to remember because the doubles league was while ago, and I've had like
Yes,
a lot
it
of
was a while
stuff
ago.
happen from this point. My first few seasons, once I was actually in the UCL itself, I didn't interact probably as much as I should have. I was just kind of there, and I sort of regret that. I feel like I don't know a ton of people in here super well, or even really on much of a first name basis, which I do really regret, because a lot of people in here seem nice, but there's a lot of characters in here, both literal and what people play. I think is the biggest thing. There's a lot of different personalities in here, and it's really fun watching people interact and having to,
What do you
like,
mean? I'm confused. What do you mean characters that people play?
Picos Grimes, Kid Chef, Armand's grandpa arc, his farmer arc.
I don't understand what you're talking about.
Real people.
Oh no! Like, I'm saying like people playing, like, just characters, as in like people with interesting personalities, and then also.
Okay, yeah, I get that. Yeah, people have interesting personalities, but I don't see what you mean by Pecos Grind, because I am Pecos Grind. So, well, hold up, wait, no, I messed up. I misspoke. I'm not Pecos Grind. He's down the trail. He'll come back one day. We'll see when he comes back.
Yeah, and we did actually have Scarlett Johansson in the UCL at one point. That was
Did you not know that?
So.
I did not know that.
Yeah, we had Scarlett Johansson and we had Old Man Jebediah.
I remember Jebediah.
He was there.
And Kid Chef. We cannot forget Kid Chef.
Kid Chef.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were there. They're real people.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Curious who your favorite like character or persona or just person like has been in the UCL, just like from an outside perspective.
When I first started, I didn't interact as much as I should have for the first couple seasons, so I definitely missed a lot of them. My biggest memories are from like 16 and then the summer season afterwards. Picos Grimes was one of my favorites. It was just fun to watch how into character constantly you were with that.
Yeah, again, I don't follow you. I don't understand.
I like
I'm the
Picos
king.
Grimes.
Yeah, I'm the king, and Pecos Grimes is down the trail.
Yeah. So that I really liked Old Man Jebediah. I loved seeing like goofy theme teams that people do like with them and stuff. It's something I've wanted to try, but I would like to try for a crown or at least a deep playoffs run at some point. I don't know how well it's gonna go with a theme team. I'm sure people have gotten far.
Oh,
But...
I get it. Oh, you said you're trying for a crown?
Yeah.
For a championship? Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I get it. You're doing a persona right now.
Yeah.
Delusional Helioview. Oh, that's a good one.
I mean, I did hard sweep my conference last season.
That was sorry. That was sad. Pathetic. I've never seen a weaker. Excuse me. I've never seen a weaker rank 1 in my entire video career.
Yeah.
That shit was sorry.
And I let you have it anyways.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Those were charity wins that I gave you for that divisional win that you had.
I shit out really hard in first round of playoffs with that. I was resting on my laurels too hard. Not playing divisional screwed me really bad. I was like so out of it. I was like, I should do some practice games. And I was like, now I'll be fine.
Okay.
And yeah, I won. I didn't have to play divisionals, so I just like fucking, because I won the whole conference. It wasn't even like just top of my division, so I ended up not playing it. I got rusty in the week and a half I didn't play. It was.
Who was in your conference?
I know Tim won the other side.
I gotta see this shit.
I was gonna say it was season 16. It was really. I would have gotten second place, I think, but the person that was in first place lost their last match, so it put me in first place.
Holy crap!
And also,
this is season 16.
Yeah, 16.
I think I was in your division.
I was 16-4. Which I think I just auto got.
Good
wins,
God.
skipping. I don't remember. I only lost 4 times the whole thing. So yeah, because everyone got the free win. So the whoever Armand's Funhouse was got a doubled my diff, but they lost
that's
one more
Kevin
game than
Neary.
me.
Doubled the diff.
So, I mean, even outside of that, I still would have been second
Let me look.
record-wise. Or no,
I'm trying to
won
pull it
record-wise.
up. Standings. Here we go. Sure enough, Armand's Funhouse at 42 differential, Emaus and Polions at 21.
It's Emmaus.
Oh my God.
MAS and Polions. Wow, that's fucking insane. You beat out Luke in Pittsburgh Southdale, Will Whitehead, racist last name, Pat, Harry. I don't know who Belgium Congo Cleavers are, and Trevor Trump. It's insane. What the hell is going on?
I credit it to Iron Hands. We love Iron Hands. I thought about drafting it again this season,
Oh
but
my
I wanted to
God,
go
that was the Iron Hands team. Oh,
That was Iron Hands, Latias. That was
What's your
very
problem?
fun.
What do you have now? I hope you don't have any of those Pokemon. Same fucking
I do
Pokemon
not.
again. Okay,
you
no,
played
no,
him
no.
like Bronze Hand.
you need to stop.
I swapped it up a lot this season. It was fun with that before, but I needed to swap it up. For context, I think all my prior seasons I never did an actual free agent move during the season outside of like the first week when it's like still the free period. This team this season halfway through I swapped all but 2 of my team members, so I wanted to change it up a lot. I've been trying to do different things, and it's been
Yeah, you keep it healthy, keep yourself fresh by like keep 2 or 3 of the same Pokemon. Like up until this week where I traded for Electros, I only had Suicune and Hitmonchan, and that's probably going to be what it's going to be for the next forever. Suicune and Hitmonchan, because those are my favorite 2 Pokemon. But other than that,
respect that.
all other 8 Pokemon, and they're not like the top tiers either. So all other 8 Pokemon are up for grabs. I don't really count Cinderace because I had it for half a season, and then I gave it up. This is probably gonna be the last season I'm gonna ever use it. Probably last season I'm gonna ever use Tapu Lele as well.
Wow.
So you said yeah. I want to switch it up. You said that I don't know. I'm just flabbergasted at the revelation that you topped the fucking season 16 and then got wiped in the first round.
Yeah, I made a bunch of really bad decisions against Forever, and it was not good. I thought about like just doing some recreational stuff during divisionals just so I didn't get rusty, but I did not, and I heavily regret it because my decision making just went shot.
The skipping divisionals move that's an interesting one.
Oh, well, I didn't pick to do it. It's just like when you.
Oh,
I don't
that's
know.
right. You just
Because
didn't have to.
because I didn't. It's not that I won my division. I won the conference. So like I just didn't have to play. Period. I wasn't allowed to play. I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
So, yeah. If I could go back, I would have played it.
So, do you feel like you've integrated now in season 17, or how is it now? You talked a little bit more.
Yeah, I've been making an active effort to get to know more people now and integrate more. It's still definitely a struggle because it's coming from the outside into a very well-established group of people that have known each other for like years and years beforehand and all have their own dynamics already, and I have to like figure that out. Like I think I said in the chat before, for the longest time I thought Seton Hall was the name of a specific building at the fucking college. I didn't know it was the name of the actual school, and so I looked
I
it
can
up.
definitely see that.
So that's the college name.
So Yeah, I've been trying. I need to work on talking to more people outside of the server. I feel bad. I always pester Arm because he's the only one that I like have talked to outside of the server to like basically any extent.
So I've to understand a lot of this shit, you gotta like do a whole bunch of research about why is what's the deal with Armand saying he wants to marry Pokemon? That goes on
I mean
since
that one's
season
pretty
2.
easy to find out. I don't think there goes a day
There's a deep
but...
there's a deep, rich history behind it as well.
Lore.
Yeah, lore.
That I did not
Or
know
like-
about.
Or why do people call Chris the Wicked One? That's a thing. Or or anything with UCL News Network. Period. If you weren't there, then you wouldn't know anything about it.
Listen, no, I didn't get one Finkel shout out last season. I won the division. I didn't get a single one. I was so mad.
Did he even say anything? I don't
No.
think he said anything.
No, I don't think I got a single at all season.
Yeah, but hold up. Let me go. There's one season where he did an intro and then did not say anything else.
Oh no, he made like
The rest
regular
of the
posts
season.
last season. I'm pretty sure,
Oh, he
but
did.
like
Okay. He did.
he talked. Like I got plenty of interaction in this Armand summer season, but it's like nothing here.
He's got favorites.
I can tell.
He
He's got
does got
go-tos.
Which I was gonna say it's been. I don't know if I've ever. I think I made playoffs once before during a main season, but like that season I first started, when I joined halfway in season 12, the team I took over was like 2-9 or something, I think, and I ended up being like one game away from making playoffs.
Damn.
I don't remember. It was like a really nasty record like that, and I just barely missed out on it. So I've definitely felt improvement in the time I've been in here, and I've been working on it.
Well, we also do want the dirt. Like you've been in here for a couple seasons now. Who's your least favorite team to play against? Like
to
what
play
coach?
against? I thought you were gonna say person. I was like,
No.
sure you know the
Oh,
answer.
go ahead. No. Say that too. Say that too.
Yeah.
I really
No,
need
give us
to.
the
You're-
scoop. Give us the
You're
dirt.
lucky I
You
didn't.
know exactly who I'm
I'm waiting
gonna
for you to say. I'm waiting for you to say the magic words too, so I can go off. But you go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it.
Who do you
Who
not like
is it?
playing against?
Playing against.
Let's start with playing against.
Who don't you like?
No, he's my biggest fan. He loves me and cares about me and interacts with me all the time. It's Tim Big Tim Pugs himself.
You don't like playing against him?
I think I beat him this season. I don't know how much I've played against him, because last season he was on the opposite side, and again before that I even just outside of the interacting, so I don't even remember if I've played against him before.
You weren't around for. All right, so for the viewers and for Jamie, if you can't remember, Helioview was not around for A, the team conferences, or B, the season where everybody played everybody, the full 32-week season.
Oh wow.
So
what the
there's
fuck? That sounds
yeah,
holy
Yeah, that was a
shit.
big
it was
one.
32 weeks. That was the best one.
I love that
You got a
season.
chance to face everybody.
That
Nobody
does definitely
escaped.
sound interesting.
Yeah, there was no undefeateds. I tell you that.
I hope
But
so.
yeah. So there's times. It's one thing I don't like about the UCL. There's times where you don't get to either team up with or go against somebody. That's like all right. So I got Jamie on my side, but Christian is on the other side, and other than Antonio, Christian has always been like the number one rivalry I've ever had. So it's like,
Yeah.
so like, yeah, I don't have it. It's weird.
It's a plus and that's why I like the summer season, and well, the past two summer seasons, because the one before
Summer
that
season's
was
always
the
fun.
team draft. Was you
Yeah,
get to like
summer season's
actually
always fun.
interact and playing with other people. Like the team draft one, that one was so much fun.
The team draft. What was that? What do we do with that?
So people were in teams of 3, and
Oh, okay.
everybody
okay.
on that had one of the same odds. Like we drafted Incineroar. It's like all 3 members of my team, including me, had Incin on their team, and that was their tier. I think it was 100 in that season. So like we all had that.
I remember that. I had to drop out of that summer season at the time. Somebody else took my place. There was another type of team draft in season 11 summer UCL Gemini. It was there was 2 players controlling, because there's 2 players controlling the same team at the same time. So it's either like one of them decides to not play, or like they're making joint decisions on a regular 6v6 Nat Dex battle. So I had Matt Lutz on my team because I kind of get along with Matt when we're just speaking, and like he'll listen to my advice and stuff. So that was a cool. I think that was a little better than the team one.
That season sounds really fun. I wish I got to play in that.
Yeah, that sounds fun. That also sounds better than the multi-battle couple weeks we did during this summer, because that was
that was
so
dumb.
jank. It did not function properly.
It didn't work. Yeah, it didn't work.
It didn't work. Like we couldn't bring toxic spikes, which we wanted to bring. We were trying to bring pledge moves, but we didn't know if they would work properly because of how it was technically a free-for-all. And like just hitting
I don't know, man. It's dumb. I know I was trying to like I don't know. I can't remember. I was trying to get like maybe a sap sipper or something on. Or no, I was trying to lower a person's move with like Defiant or something. And it didn't. I can't remember. It didn't fucking work. Is all I remember.
Like if they wanted to retread that idea, I think doing like a mix of the Gemini season and also in a doubles format would be good.
Yeah.
That I think would be cool. But yeah, I would like to see what they come up with for summer next year, because this year I was definitely fun apart from the bonus weeks where some people just got nothing.
Okay. Now who do you not like? Who's that? Who's that character? Is it the same person? Is it him?
Yeah, it's my biggest fan, but also he doesn't like me. But he's also my biggest fan.
Well, yeah. I don't like you either, so we're on the same court.
Oh, we love you. Thank you.
Yeah. What? Man. Okay. What the fuck is going on with RNG? What's the problem with that? Why is everything RNG? You're worse
I'm not saying it's the only reason I lost. I definitely could have played better in a lot of the matches that popped up, but it's just felt like I have not had good luck this season.
But you say that this season. You say that every year.
No.
Actually, it was kind of quiet in season 16. I wonder why. That's kind of interesting.
Because I got better and I learned to play better.
You were
because you
with
didn't
the ball.
You went like the hurricane. Watching you draft Zapdos every season, click Hurricane and miss over and over again has been the highlight of like the last 4 seasons.
I know. I had like pretty decent luck with Hurricanes when I had Zapdos. I almost picked it up this season. It was gonna fit well into my thing, and I didn't end up getting it, so I didn't want to use it again.
But watch out, Jamie. You need to watch out. This is a cabal head. You got a cabal committee member in our midst.
You gotta, dude. They're everywhere, man. They're infiltrating the pod. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
They stop at nothing. They infiltrated the pod. They hit my Tesla. Can you believe that?
Not the Tessie.
Small price to pay.
They stop at nothing.
But yeah, like it's just felt like my poor Knackle stack. My last 2 games got crit and was just useless for most of the game. Like I could have played better. I still could have won those games, but it just feels bad to get crit like that, and then like it just throws off your mindset a lot of the time. Unfortunately, not all of us are built with Tim's unaffected brain of cyberbullying, so it's hard to shake that off sometimes.
Well, you got to get used to it if you're in the UCL. You will get bullied. You will get blamed.
No, it's already happened plenty. But,
there's times where I've made people quit, just to let you know. There's people that aren't here anymore that's quit either because of Tim, me, or maybe somebody else.
I mean,
Or
you got me
people
to top
that's-
Iron Hands during. Brooks, you wouldn't shut up.
Oh yeah,
But-
I got it so bad that I dropped Dragapult one time, right before playoffs.
Oh god.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was season 10, and it was new. It was the new Pokemon.
Oh.
I guess I'll put like screenshots here. There was multiple people that I battled. Like there was one guy with the first name Michael, and when he challenged me, it was Mike hates Grimes, and then I battled the Legion, and it was Legion hates Grimes, but it was really only one person playing as the Legion, making all the decisions, and then there was like one other person who was somebody else hates Grimes.
That's one of the other fucking
yeah.
things with being a new hero. I did not know about the Legion until last season when I ended up playing against them because I filled for someone. I felt so fucking stupid. Because I said welcome to the UCL at the end.
Oh, did he lose to the Legion?
Oh no, I
We
won
won?
because they were doing like something with Durant where they gave us both Truant and we're like trying to with the infestation. I won,
We
but
won.
like yeah, it was. It's weird having to. That's one of the things I get probably bullied for the most is just not knowing stuff about people or like stuff like that. Which is gonna happen until I learn about it. Unfortunately, it's just kind of the reality of joining something like this.
So, good. Maybe we can get Peter Finkley on it to do a thing about the Legion. But there's a, for people that don't know, the Legion is just a group of hidden figures. They're almost as bad as the Cabal and the Committee. They're almost as bad. They're nefarious ne'er-do-wells. They just don't. They don't. They attack everybody. They go against everybody, which is that unlike the other people that target heroes and kings like me and Jamie.
They're
But
truly
yeah.
out for chaos, and they're untraceable.
Are they gonna show up for this season yet?
They're already
We got
here.
a couple
The
of
Legion.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, the Legion. They're here. Yeah, they're doing it.
I have to fight them this week.
Oh shit.
That's crazy. I wonder if they're getting a check from the committee.
Oh, Legion. Oh, they're on the last place team. Okay.
Yeah, but they
However,
can be paid off.
I think if I lose to them, they overtake me.
Oh,
So
I
I
have to
think they're going to be trying their hardest. To,
Oh, I have to play
put
against
me
them in
last place.
divisionals. I think. Did they take over for Lee? Yeah, they did. Oh shit! I have to play against them in divisionals. Fuck.
Take over for Lee. Who's Lee?
Oh.
Lee John.
We
Lee
won.
John Bois. Lee John Bois.
Yeah.
I wonder who that is.
I'm just looking at the scoreboards. I can see the full name.
You didn't even notice.
No, I did not.
Lee John Bois. He's from France. Like the guy we had from India. We had a guy from India. If you
I did not
wait,
know
no. I think
That must have been
he had a singular season the season before you showed up.
You can see that sounds like a pain in the ass to schedule with, just because they're so far ahead time-wise.
Yeah, he did some forfeits, but he was there for the majority of his what's it called? His time.
That's what we like to hear.
Isn't John Porch in like North Korea or something?
I hope he's not. No. I hope he is. He can stay over there. He goes in North Korea. He's good.
Oh, yeah, they fixed Cyclizar. Cyclizar got moved to a. Oh wait, no, I think I'm. Okay, never mind. I'm fucking. I have two different season tier lists pulled up here. I was like clicking between them. Like my Cyclizar in 140 here.
All right, that was pretty long. But yeah, we'll that was a good little segment. We heard from Nick's perspective on everything that he's witnessed in the UCL. Very cool. Next segment. It's gonna be one of our usuals, the favorite matches. So let's start off with Jamie this time. Jamie, what's your favorite match of this last couple weeks that we've been going through? We haven't been here.
Okay, so week 13, there was a match between Sam Time and James K. Pokemon. James K. Pokemon, the match of the week every week, as has been said. But both these coaches putting up a great bout. It was a pretty interesting match, like really back and forth. Hard to tell like who was going to win in the end, and it came down to some interesting Terra interaction with Sam putting up like a Terra Grass Manaphy, and then a Terra Normal Extreme Speed Lucario being able to win out in the end. But I really liked this matchup, and I thought it was just a really solid match.
Yeah, I remember this match. It was a good match. They definitely poured their heart out. I like to see every time. Also like to see Sandbogast come into play.
I think I do remember watching that. It was cool.
Oh, for sure. As we've said before, Samblegast just an instant classic. I need to see what Samblegast did. I need to rewatch this game real quick and remember what Samblegast did.
This is like I'm shocked that he didn't take James didn't take the opportunity to kill off the Pelipper on like turn 5. He instead decided to put one layer of spikes up on a team with Iron Treads on it.
Can you send the link for this one so I can pull it up?
Yeah. It's there, but yeah, I'll link it. But there's I don't know. He gave up an opportunity. He still wins in the end, but it could have been a little easier for him. But it was a great match.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think Jack Carroll is like just like a really good player that I think is getting all the credit that is due now. People are seeing that he's just a threat, a big playoff threat, I think.
Oh, this game, okay.
Yeah, and it's good to see John fighting for a spot in playoffs, doing pretty good. What's his record now? Yeah, I'm pretty sure if my memory serves me correctly, he's in playoffs contention or in playoffs at this point.
Yeah, he is one of the 5 people in the Indigo Conference that are tied for first.
Oh, he's tied for first.
Oh yeah, there's 5 people with a 10-4 record.
Which is insane.
What the hell is going on? That's the 10-win wall. Another thing you need to learn. It's the 10-win wall. It's like customary in leagues, in the league where it's everybody gets fucking stuck at 10 wins and they just start stacking up losses. Can never get over that wall.
Yeah. None of these people are gonna ever win again. 10-win wall.
You'll see it.
Oh, that's my biggest scare in 16. I'm so close. I don't want to lose again.
Yeah. So yeah, we all agree that was one of the top matches of the season. Definitely like that match. Nick, you got something? What do you got for us?
My favorite was Armand's last match. It wasn't like the craziest thing ever, but his Promo Pass put in a ton of work, and I like seeing low tier mons do stuff.
I didn't get to see that one. Oh, against where he clinched. That's a good match. That's one of your favorite. That could be a favorite match. He clinched the season. Yeah, that was good.
That was Armand versus who?
Luke. Pittsburgh Celesteela.
If Armand's good at one thing, he's really good at making low tiers look amazing.
Yeah, there's a couple people that can do that. And it's a pretty good defensively Pokemon. I'm pretty sure with the double with like I don't know, two defensive-minded types. I know Rock Steel together kind of sucks, but there's some instances that it's just a brick wall to a lot of things.
Oh yeah, I mean in this game here, like Luke didn't bring him his hands on it ever or very often, so it just kind of like hardwalled. A lot of his team and was just clicking toxic on everything, and he didn't have.
Where's the hands?
That's what I was asking. Like he brought it.
All right, so like
click on it. It gets stomping tantrum. You're playing in a grassy terrain. Use stomping tantrum.
So he has, like I saw in like turn 9, he has a Volt Switch in front of the iron and in front of the Probo Pass, and he decides to go into Seismitoad instead of the Iron Hands, which is kind of odd to me, because he does have Toxic on the Probo Pass, but I think that maybe he was anticipating a Toxic coming out and didn't want to get it in because Rotom mode wasn't Toxic at the time.
Either that,
so maybe that's what he was thinking. But
either that or Volt Switch is the 4th move on it.
Yeah.
Which I mean, he didn't reveal at that point, but
yeah.
So Armand brought Substitute Rapid Spin Blastoise, which was, I thought, funny. I don't know what its other moves were. I don't know if they get revealed or not, but
he had Flip Turn on it, and then I didn't see anything else so far. Oh no, he doesn't have Flip Turn. I didn't. Shit. What is it then? Yeah, that's a good.
I don't know if the rest of it gets revealed because I think Armand or in this, if I remember, but
Armand's doing a
the
good
Rabbits
job
when you get the
with
speed boost. So
yeah. Armand's doing a good job this season with utilizing his other Pokemon to hold off for a big Blaziken sweep.
Super Blaziken, yeah.
Yeah, so the Super Blazikens. Oh, sweep. And yeah,
He's really showing Dick Ball Scratch who's the better person.
Right. So he's doing something in this season with this setup, being able to just stall out and hold off until there's absolutely no more defenses left, and Super Blaziken just comes in and saves the day. That's what happened to me.
It's been fun too with I think he's brought like the triple starter every week. I could be wrong there, which like is just a typing core you see a lot, but it's cool actually seeing 3 starters doing that.
Right.
Just like 3 random things.
Yeah.
He's just clicking momentum moves throughout this entire game. He is just always clicking U-turn or Volt Switch the entire time.
That's all you need to do. You just need to have once you find a favorable time to get the Blaziken in, the game's over.
I think that's what happened to me, if I remember correctly, but that was near the start.
Now, let's talk about the real match of the year, match of the season. Week 13, it's going to be Finnabust versus the St. Louis Gold Carps. And we finally, once again, see Antonio get killed, defeated, destroyed, obliterated, wiped out by the king. I demolished him. There's no recourse of anything that he could have possibly did to stop me. Every time Antonio loses, I rejoice. I cherish. Thank you. Thank you, RMJesus. Thank you, U3L, for letting Antonio lose yet once again to the king. That's why this is my favorite match.
Did he best you last season when you played? Am I remembering correctly?
I wipe all of those evil memories from my mind. I don't like that negativity in my life. And he's in league with the Cabal. We already know that. And he did not beat me.
I figured getting Sweeping at the end of the season would have helped. Make this positive.
I was robbed that season. Literally. The Cabal was in it to kill off me and Jamie.
That was their whole purpose.
They stop at nothing.
I will say about this game versus you and Antonio, watching you consistently miss sleep
I was
powders.
gonna say he just missed it.
Yeah,
twice,
what
bro.
the hell is going
Oh,
on?
that's three.
And then
the
he woke
like
up,
turn
turn
one
one.
wake up.
Yeah.
It was some.
I was,
You were
dude.
getting
Wait,
pretty
what's this
unlucky.
So first, I on purpose attacked the Clodsire with Suicune just to see if he had either Water Absorb or Unaware. If he had Unaware, then Jump Up was not going to work. But then that means Suicune was going to work. But if he had Water Absorb, Jump Up is going to work, and Suicune won't work.
Well, how does Suicune
So-
beat it if it? Can you do enough damage to it before you break through? What's that? Where you just like?
No, you just keep on hitting it, and it no matter what, if it hits like whatever attacking moves it might use, the pressure is you're gonna win the pressure stall against passive tank.
I mean, just toxic it. That depend. Did you have rest?
Yeah, that's
or-
fine. So you can't toxic a Clodsire, it's poison. But
No. I'm saying,
they-
what's it with Suicune? Because Clodsire could have just toxic Suicune.
I'm
He didn't
pretty
have
sure.
rest.
I'm pretty sure I was running the
What, Combine Rest Ice Beam.
yeah, it was like
Scald.
Carmine, yeah, something like that.
Standard
It
Crocoon.
was something normal. But yeah, the fucking Jump Fluff couldn't get its sword stances off, and I was going to Terra Flying into an acrobatics, and it just didn't fucking work. That's weird. But alas, the
Like a
king.
skill issue.
No, well, it wasn't a skill issue because I won. Once again, the king wins when it matters. That's the king way.
Yeah,
That's it.
it was good to see. I mean, I will say, seeing Antonio win on just before having the baby would have been nice, but
Yeah. When I was
Puts a smile on my face to know that. Well, maybe if Megan was playing, but Megan wasn't playing, so I'm indifferent.
What if the
But it
baby was
puts-
playing?
No, it
I
puts
mean,
a
it's
puts
a-
a smile. I'll never lose to Cecil. I will never lose to Cecil Lombardo. I will not lose to
It's a
that little punk. I'll punch
child
his
of the
head.
cabal.
Exactly.
Andy
He's got
Christ
the-
doomed from
he's
the
got-
start.
He's got the evil devil gene in his blood. He needs to be wiped out before he comes of age to
The
threaten the
Lombardis
kingdom.
and Mishima family.
Might as well be how evil they are. But it puts a smile on my face to know that Cecil was conceived at a time when Antonio was a loser. Makes me feel good.
Are you gonna meet Cecil? Oh, your daddy's a loser.
Exactly.
You know,
He better
to the
hope.
child.
They better be careful. I better not get that address.
Oh,
This
first
is-
we're
this is
having
a
someone
threat.
looking for toddlers. Now we're.
This is an official threat.
You issuing threats.
I am not. I
Like
am
that's the
not
tagline for
joking.
the episode. This is an official.
This is an official threat to Antonio Lombardo and Cecil. Megan's okay. I will scar him. I will not Cecil. Antonio. I will be Scar and he will be Mufasa. And Cecil will be looking on. But there will be no revenge in this story.
I don't know. You might be setting it up.
We'll see. In UCL 40, it's coming. UCL 40, I will defeat Cecil and Megan and Antonio all on the same team. There'll be three people players. three-player team. That's crazy. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. We'll stop there.
Nice.
All right, it's that time. You know what time it is. It is over/under. We're going to talk about who's going over and who's, just at this point they're 6 feet under. There's no way to come back. There's no way to come back. Or maybe maybe it's somebody that's just hanging on to the skin of their teeth on to playoffs. Let's talk about it. I guess we did Jamie at the start the first time, so let's go with Nick again. Let's start with over. We're doing over as usual. Who's over?
So I would say Armand is definitely my over. He's been just killing it so hard this season. I know he's performed well before, but it's just been like he lost one game so far.
I believe this is the first time he'll be rank 1, though. This is the first time he's completely outdone everybody else.
Does he have any crowns, or would this be?
He does not.
Okay.
He's made it to finals 2 times, and lost both.
Oh, how
He's been looking
if it was
dominant, though.
Dude, what if it was a Tim and Armand finals?
That'd be great.
That would be wonderful.
It's rare that the number 1 and number 2 make it all the way to the end. There's always something that one of them falls off, but it'd be a pretty good final.
Well, I'm more so meant because
they.
Yeah, I was gonna say because they've both made it to finals multiple times and then haven't won. So
yeah, they'll guarantee any time where it's a new champion. Actually, no, it's not any time because there's some finals participants I didn't like, but most of the time, anytime where it's a new champion, it's very interesting, especially when both players had never won before.
What were the finals participants that you did not like?
Well, last
And
season.
why?
Last season, the fucking Well, first off, I don't
Chris
like
and
him.
Mike?
I don't think it's a mystery at this point that I don't like what's his name, EC Cola. But I fucking hated that one. But also, I think it's a little disingenuous to get assistance in playoffs. In a playoff setting, I think it's disingenuous to have prep help. So
Yeah.
that's one thing, and I think when it came to finals, so it was the same thing with Pat Bonner. Even though we're good at this point, I didn't like it at the time, but you weren't there. It was I went a little overboard with my reaction to it. This always comes up, and I don't really like it. But we'll save that for a different conversation at a different time. But that one was a little better because both Pats had never won a UCL what's it called, championship.
Oh, so it was a Pat final?
Yeah, it's Pat versus Pat. What other? I'm trying to remember some other finals that like. So, one, even though it's the height of UCL participant versus UCL participant, after the third time of back-to-back Tim versus Chris final, that was getting kind of groany. Like you didn't want to see it again. How did this happen again? Somebody please do better. Please do better. Somebody.
I think it would have been different if Tim had won one. You know?
Yeah,
like if Tim had won the last
Back
one,
and
it
forth
would have been
at least
different.
or
Yeah.
something,
Yeah, but unfortunately he did not. He has the only undefeated season. And
Really?
that season he still didn't win.
Oh.
And he had a pretty good team. He had he had a Tapulele, he had Hiram, It was good. It was a really good team. All right, Jamie, what's your who's your over?
Well, here's the thing. Beginning of the season, I said that Justin was underrated, and now look at him, 10-4, topping the Indigo Conference.
Pause.
I think that he is performing at the level that I think he is capable of. But I think some would say that he is overperforming, so that's why I put him in my overperformance. But I think it's good to see him, finally coming into his own and putting together some wins on a really good team.
I don't think it's gonna last. I don't know. I just don't think it's gonna last.
What's his roster
I've been
right
a
now?
hater.
You're always a
all right,
hater.
so if you all right, let's look at all the players that are 10-4 over there. Which out of all 5 of them, which one, like on 1 to 5, like 1 being the most desired and 5 being the least I don't want it desired playoffs round 1 opponent? Do you want Kevin? Do you want Chris George? Do you want Sam? John or Justin? I think I'll take Justin over at the number 1 other than James. John Carroll. James K. Pokemon.
Yeah, I mean, gun to my head, I do want Justin in that scenario, but I don't think it's that far off. Like, I think he's 10-4 for a reason. He's got a 29 differential. That's
That's a lot.
Yeah.
yeah.
What's on his team? I haven't looked at it in a while. I think he's got the Tim Classic.
Yeah. He's got the Tim Classic.
I think Volk is second in the MVP right now. Yeah.
Yeah. You just got to know how to break that team down. But it's hard. It's hard to break it down. And he's got his Gengar and his Whimsicott classics.
Yeah.
Plus he has the Como as well, sitting behind Volcanion and Scizor. So it's never touched by a fairy ever at all. I do know that my oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say he's got Orthworm to eat up Earthquakes for Volcanion.
Oh, yeah, that too.
And Gengar, yeah.
I think my Tapu Lele can have something to say about this team, because I know from playing on the ladder that the Specs Psychic, or with a Psychic terrain, 2 shots to Scissor. So if he tries to bring it in, whatever.
I mean, the one match we
we'll
watched
probably never
earlier,
even see each other this season.
I watched it do 98% to what I assume is a full spit F Dunsparce. Like,
Yeah. Oh man. Okay. So my over. Who's my over? I don't know. I didn't even look at it. I'm liking Sam. Sam is doing good. Yeah, he's hanging in there with the top dogs now. Finally, he's in the contest of being the best in conference, and it could come down to anybody. There's 5 people all tied. Sure, there's probably not going to be 4 of them to lose, and then Sam wins. But if he wins in divisionals, he might damn be at the top of the card when it's all said and done. We're just gonna have to see.
I am very interested to see how divisionals play out, because there's so many spots where people are really close to certain breakpoints, and divisionals are just gonna swing it super hard.
Right, and Sam's playing the rain again, and without Michael Vanderhaar. Is Vanderhaar even playing in this season? Never lucky. Oh, he's there. Yeah, he's there. But without him contesting rain mines. Sam gets everything that he wants on the season, so he's very strong on his team right now, and like it's definitely paying off for him. Definitely paying off for him, and he better win this time because there's no damn way anybody's gonna let all the rain Pokemon just be free on his team from now on.
Yeah, I think it'll just come down to a mentality for Sam. He needs to keep his head on his shoulders and make sure that he's staying positive. I think he can get caught in some cycles where he's doubting himself. So as long as he just knows that he can win it all, I think he'll be good.
Right. Let's go back to Nick. Go back to Helioview. Who's the under? Who's not up to scratch?
So I am gonna say, I know we were talking about this a little bit for them being an over. I'm gonna say Faye for my under. They've been showing a lot of promise, but they've just been making a lot of like small mistakes with stuff. And I think they could be performing significantly better once they get more experience and just learn to have that not happen again. Like I think they could be doing way better, but like just recently, like when they were playing Keldeo and they had the wrong signature move on just because they didn't realize they were different. Like it's a lot of small stuff like that. I would expect them to be doing a lot better from everything I watched, but
so I'm sure that this we'll see a better version of Faye and the Rockville Boy Kissers in future seasons. They are getting some good assistance on this season throughout the because you don't want the new person just to lose everything and then not be interested and then drop out halfway through. So that's not happening with them, which is very good. And they beat me, even though I threw it. They're hanging in there throughout the season. They're communicating, which is good. Like they're always in the chat.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're definitely going to see them in the next season, or the seasons after that, improve and come into their form. However, for right now, I would think they're playing without. If they weren't being helped, it would be lower. But with what I know, they're playing exactly how I expect them to play. So they wouldn't be under for me, but I understand what you're saying. How they'd be under for you.
Getting help, but okay. Yeah, that changes it a little bit. But even still, like
6 and 8 is still respectful.
Yeah.
There's some people that have been getting help that are like fucking down at the bottom still.
Yeah,
So,
you still have to perform even if you're getting help, you know.
Okay. Let's go to Jamie. Who's the under?
Yeah, I mean, looking here at some of these teams, I'll say that I would have expected. I think Pat Flynn is actually underperforming a little bit this season.
A little bit, yeah.
You know, still right in there. Like that conference it's literally just a win between him and first place. You know, everybody in first is 10 wins and he's got 9.
Yeah.
However, you know, you do expect Pat to be at the top of whatever conference he's in, or at least, you know, close to it. So, just noting there that, like, I think a slight underperformance from last season, I'd say, but still right in there.
Right. And talking about Pat Flynn, my under, and he's usually going to always be my under, is freaking Galen and the Soliana Altaria. Talk about a fall from grace. He is terrible. He is the worst champion we've ever had. This is upsetting to me that the only African American champion is this trash. Every season. He won one season in season 7, and now he's 6 and 8. He'll never see me like that. I'll never be that low. in life. That ugly. Unloaded.
He's got to win though.
Bothered. Not unbothered. He's bothered. There's something wrong with him. He's talking in the general chat about he's about to activate. He's dropping the training weights. No. He's been struggling. Talk about training weights. Pathetic. He needs to put them back on. Go for another couple seasons. See if he can make it back.
What's his team this season? Does he have any interesting ones?
I'm not even bothered looking at it. Let's look at it though. Well, he just switched to Greninja Protean, but he did have the what's Pat have? He had Quackwavel. He had a Quackwavel and Jirachi, which doesn't really. Yeah, Quackwavel and Jirachi are not. I wouldn't want them both as your top Pokemon anyway. They're not that great. Without Z-moves, Jirachi just loses a aspect about it that made it 180. That's why it's down to 160. But I still don't. I know why it's at 160, but I feel bad about purchasing it for 160. It doesn't feel like it's good enough.
I had Jirachi for like half the season before I traded it. It was fun, but it didn't feel like it was like without Z-moves. It's not. It doesn't do enough.
Yeah,
it's bulky, but it's not as bulky as a dedicated wall. It's strong, but it's not as strong as like a dedicated attacker. Like it's kind of fast, but it's not super fast.
Yeah,
it doesn't
the
have
Serene
any,
Grace. The Serene Grace really makes it worthwhile.
Yeah.
And like what was I gonna say? My strongest seasons ever were 12 and 13 and 14, where I could use Jirachi with the Z moves. That was my strongest season, and I feel really bad that one of my main favorite Pokemon can't use it. Can't use what makes them so good anymore. It still has Scarf. It still has Scarf going for it. It still has like the Cosmic Power variant, but it's definitely not as good as it used to be. Jamie, you had Jirachi too before as well.
I really enjoy Jirachi. I love I mean, I think it's like a pretty reliable, just like rocker, and playing around with Doom Desire was always a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But even just like the Scarf set, you know, I found there was always like a place on the team, or like a hole it could fill. But you guys are right. Like any time that I did have it on my team, like I felt like I underperformed with it.
I think I had it. It was number 2 in the what's it called, in MVP on season 12 when I had it. What are you gonna say, Nick?
I was gonna say, like, it can do a lot of stuff, but it has really bad 4 move slot syndrome a lot of the time, where it doesn't know what it, like, there's a lot of things that it wants to bring, and there's something has to give, and it also kind of lacks high power stabs. Like, yeah, you can get by on hacks with Serene Grace and all that, but that's still ultimately unreliable, and you're just hoping for something to happen when it, like, there's a solid chance it doesn't. Like, most moves are only 10% rock chance. I clicked 6 Ancient Powers in a row when I had it, and only got a boost on the last one. Like, it's just
you hate to see it.
Yeah, I never rely on Ancient Power, even with that shit. I don't think I ran Ancient Power on that ever.
Oh, no, I know. I'm just saying, like, 10% chances, like, even with Serene Grace, is still relatively low.
Yeah, one in 5. Yeah.
Like, you kind of have to run Scarf a lot of the time, because otherwise it loses to a lot of the faster mons, but then it doesn't have enough power to break through a lot of bulkier stuff, so you might want to run that, the Scarf, and, like, it's wants to do too many things, and it's hard to pick just one thing, and even then, it's not, like, the best at any of those things.
Right.
Jack of all trades type thing.
Yeah.
And that's going to be it. I want to thank my partner, Baby Jamie, once again, for being here consistently, on time, unpaid.
Oh, I'm not being paid. Why am I here?
And I want to thank our guest Helioview for also being here first time, and it was pretty good.
Happy to be
Thanks, sir.
here. I would love to come back again. It's fun getting to actually talk. I like having discussions about things, but when you're in text chat like that, it's kind of hard to do that in any kind of reasonable pace.
Yeah. All right, so I can't remember who we got next coming up, but yeah, we'll see when we get there. We also have the last place to playoffs. See, episode 3 will probably drop sometime at the end of this week. So we'll look at that one. And I know because it's getting close to the divisionals, you'll see some sort of the end of this regular conference time. You'll see some sort of update from Peter Finkley whenever he decides to put a video together. That should be sometime this week as well. So with that being said, this is the King, the greatest, the best of all time.